All right, this is the video that I was talking about. I don't know the best way to start it, but welcome. Appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace. This video is about art. It's about fine art. You know, we all of us call the expression of these artifacts, and this is my Heartbreaker's vase remade, reset, beautiful. And all of us in terms of a perspective of art. And I just want to remind you here on Indian Trace, to me, it's all about the people. And this video is going to be about art. Of course, I have to open it up with a favorite friend of ours and my family, which is right here. And we're going to feature, and I want you to remember this name right here, Hand Portraits, Homes, and Pets. Right here is the way you can get there. And I'll put it in the link. I'll put a link for you because it's just another company I hold and run commissions out of, fineartdesigns.weebly.com. And we're going to go through this website just a little bit to help you navigate. That's Sophie. She's a great girl. Now look at these. Art. Speaking about art, we all of us say, you know, these are just works of art. I had somebody comment just the other day that indeed, yes, they are utilitarian tools made to get the food that they need, but since they're all one of a kind and come from the expression of somebody's personality, that's why we call them artifacts. Not one and the same. I'm sure certain craftsmen made certain points repeatedly, but certainly because of the way rock is, there's not one and the same. Just incredible stuff. That's why you can have a unique vase like this that's one of a kind, and it can get changed up. I really need to do that every year. Look at that Marl Mountain base from W Properties. This point right above it, right here, came from where I was today, Back Pass, which is the video just before this. Actually, this came from maybe not even 20 feet from where I just took that other video. Look at that drill. So we're going to get to art, and I want to navigate that page and don't want this to be too long. It's going to be a little longer as a documentation. This is art, carved piece of wood that a pastor friend of mine gave me deep in the jungles of Panama, between Panama and Colombia. You got to go in about 7 hours off-terrain vehicle and then hike another 3 in to get there, and that was a great visit. Pastor made it. His name, I don't know if you can see it, he carved it in the bottom. We're talking about art, and I don't know if it's going to come in. It's from Alto Leon. This is Pastor Rito. I don't know if it's all going to come in. It says Rito. But he gave me that. This is a going away gift. They make birds and they also carve fish. Love those Indians, indigenous people. They were great. They were the Chaco Indians. I could look at these brooks all day long, but that's not what the video's about. The video's about this website. Please, if you're interested, let me know. I'm going to show you exactly how to fill out a quick interest form on this website and navigate a little bit. Of course, up here on the toolbars. Now remember, this is another company I own, Fine Art Designs. Love your business. If you have a friend who loves pets, they have something about HGTV, they love their home, they love their properties, this is going to really be appealing to you, so just stay tuned, just check it out. I think you'll like it. I love Sophie. What a great picture my son took of her, and I put it up there. I try to keep it refreshed. Now, look what this says on behalf of this website. Animals are such agreeable friends. They ask no questions, and they pass no criticisms. Now, I can assure you that our cocker, she asks no questions, and she passes no criticisms. You know, it's good. We love our pets. Now, why am I doing all this? Why am I putting this up there? It's because our interest and affection for pets that we have never dies. Now you can keep the memory of that special companion alive well past its years and in a specialized portrait. Fine art design suits pets so well and often catches their expression and personality. Excuse me, a fine art design catches their expressions. For example, here's a cat that we had named Sasha, who's passed away. The funny thing is, Some people in my family like cats. They're not my favorite. I mean, I tend to be a dog man. But this is a portrait I did. It is watercolor and pen and ink combination, and that's Sasha. She's passed away. And actually right there, that's Lily. I'll have to do a portrait of her sometime soon. Now, but let me show you the site. First, I'm doing the header. Now you can go to this up here, and we'll go to home in a second. But first, we're doing the pets because people just love their pets. That's Sasha, and here's and you can see, I'll always sign it. I did Sasha in 2008. Here's another pet portrait. Another dog. Did for a friend here. Now these are just miniatures. These were much bigger. This was about 15 by 18, and you know, we can do them all custom. I'll show you how you can turn it in. Favorite hunting dog right here for a friend who lived nearby. Labrador. And doing dogs is difficult sometimes when you have to represent in watercolor the tones of one color. So, you know, I have fun with it, whether it's a pet. And I always find that the life of the pet, your pet or anybody's, is in their eyes. So if you have somebody that you really think loves their pet and you want to, you have a perfect picture, whatever, I'll show you how to do it. Look, it's all in the eyes. And so far, I've really had nobody come back and say, you know, I don't like my portrait you did of my pet. They usually just absolutely love them. I went to school for it, and, you know, I'm just going to work this business best I can and try to get it out. When I started the business, there was no digital age. Follow the link if you're more interested. Just check this site out. You can see all these portraits. Little puppy. One of the golf professionals here in city. He commissioned that portrait and his cat. That's funny. It's a great picture. So usually I'll work from a series of pictures and what have you. So let's go back up here and let's go to the home page just to show you how it works. As you can see, my stomping ground, I was actually there today on the home page. And when you see it, it's going to say, thank you for your visit. The portraits illustrated throughout this site are small copies of the original. They are one-of-a-kind pieces of fine art. Each is a customized rendering by me. My name's there, of course. For example, here's a small copy of a really large sort of wall-framed brick house. You can see the details of the brick or whatever I did for a friend here. It's a combination. What I do is a mixed medium matte of watercolor rendering, and then I wash it, if you will, in a technique that I have, and then I go over and I do a pen and ink rendering over the top of it. The two mediums go really well together and explains it. Okay, it explains it on the website. So that's your home page. And I'm not going to make this too long, but I really wanted you to check it out. Let's take a look at some of the homes around here. Good picture of a lake here where I live in the fall season. Love it. I keep these refreshed so they'll change a little bit. Now what I say to open it up is that a home is a special place within the heart. Some people really like the homes they've been in or miss the home they grew up in, and they want a portrait. Share this link with them. Share this explanation of the website. Like I said, I didn't have this kind of promotion or digital age when I started. Large or small, you may have more than one home that you would like to keep forever in a specialized portrait. Many hearts within which you would love to forever remember. We all have one life we have lived somewhere. You know, that's the premise, the heart behind these portraits. That place is home, and it can be caught in a beautiful portrait. Look at these portraits from the city I live in here. Okay, I wanted to be able to feature that. Some are mansions. A mansion, a special neighborhood near here. I did a special little smaller portrait because they're very proud of the neighborhood they live in. That's a gated community. That came out real well. That was large. I mean, you're talking about 24 inches by 18 inches. That was a large, substantial portrait. So at the end, you'll see the sizes. This is a very small house. This is the first home. The person still has this. I've seen it framed, and they've moved up. They moved to another home, but they love their first home. Here's a black and white traditional pen and ink. Actually, it was a portrait of a home in New York of my boss, and he still has this frame, you know, it can last forever. So it's a good business. fineartdesigns.weebly.com. Here's another one, as you can see, different customer, but they wanted the signature gate at the beginning, but a good time of the year, the fall. And here is a home that is renowned in the city. A lot of people know, and he wanted all these flowers and foliage and water and what have you. So I did the watercolor in pen and ink, and this was substantially large. It was like, you know, 24 inches by 20 inches, and then framed. It's quite large. So I'll also do collages. And remember, you got people jumping through your head. You could help me. I could use the business. Send them an email with this link. I don't care. Put it on your Facebook. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Help promote me. You know Indian Trace, and I'll go ahead and I'll help them out. All of these come from the main home, which is here in the city in the middle. But they had a lot of homes they lived in and that they loved, and they wanted to remember in one collage. They never did get to one of the homes they were going to put here. I forgot why. The gentleman has passed away now, and they were good friends, you know, and so that's the way it works. Now, we did homes, we did pets. Let's just do a couple quick over of the commercial properties if you have one. I have a great picture right here, which is not from around here. It's from California, in Pasadena, when I was there visiting. Now, I do commercial business portraits as well. I do banks and stuff like that. Now, a portrait makes a great decoration or statement of pride if you have a business. For example, any business, the wall that you want to put it on, or stage your corporate office or whatever, and some of you have that, or you know people, or you want to send it by your boss, send them an email. I'll do it. And it's real simple. I'll show you in a second. So just stay tuned here. Don't tune out. Look at these portraits. Just wanted to show you here. A lot of artists in the artifact community. I love artifacts, but this is something else I do just to try to make a living. I was hired to do the portraits for Heritage Bank. And these were regular wall size, 2-point perspective. Did that one here in Wilson. The college here had me do a pen and ink black and white of one of their alumni halls. And that was hard because it was white brick. I don't know if you can see it. To represent white brick is really sneaky. So you can see in the shadows. It was fun. And then here it is. I did a series. See, this is the same bank. Not the same location, but it's the same corporate bank. And so that, you know, I did them all around here, and then it ran out. Now, I can do it across state lines. I can do it anywhere if you're in the country. I'll show you how that works. Heritage Bank had me do a lot of those. Even they're really old, and this is an old bank. Not an old company, but an old building. So again, white brick. That was pretty neat. And here's a newer building that's changed hands a couple times. Still a bank here, but not this bank. Did the shadows and the black and white. So I like doing it. Do me a favor, if you know somebody or you have a way on social media to post it and help me out. If you like Indian Trace, if you like the artifacts and what I do, help me out. I could use it. That's why I'm putting this up. Now, let me finish. Here's the finish, and here's how it actually works. The contact tab over here. Actually, those of you on Indian Trace know this is a picture right here of the clay pot. Nobody knows that. It's just a pretty picture. You know clay pot. How does it work, though? For example, look at this portrait here. It's big. It's a little teeny portrait, a picture of it. It's big showcase house here in the city. Big brick. I don't know if it's really coming in. Go to the website. You'll see this. It's double framed, double matted. And here's how it worked. I had a collection, more photos than this, but here's the house. You see that? And I got in my workshop, and I had a whole lot more photos than that. And I was able to mess around the light, clouds, trees, choose the season, different colors, and was able to render that. And that's really all I need, including the pets or the favorite things like that. Now here's how it works. I'll read this and we'll finish. Thank you for your patience. You can capture your cherished home, pet, or favorite building, bridge, or even monument from a simple photograph. I need many, in many cases, and we'll talk about it if need be. You can get in contact with me. All that's needed is a handful of these images. Now, the images to the right are examples of this designer show house. That's those producing that. How does it work? Well, I'm going to update this website. A little data on here that's needs to be updated. I have pricing, for example, and then I have illustrations again of some of the portraits I did. Here's a friend of mine. They're golden. I had to do the background in darker colors because it's a white, tawny golden retriever. Beautiful dog, though. It's not doing justice on here. It was a bigger portrait, and this was a bigger portrait too. In brick, it came out well. And one of our dominant churches. Pretty cool, right? So, here it is. At the very back page, which is the contact page, right down at the bottom, and you can do it today if you want to just say hi. You know me from Indian Trace. And if you let me know that it comes from Indian Trace, when I do a portrait for you or your friend or whatever, I'll send you an artifact. How's that for a deal? Remind me of it. I won't forget, though. Just let me know you're from Indian Trace, or the person can. You can start your own portrait. If you have any questions or special requests, all I need is your name, I need your email, and I need your comment. And then all you need to do is go right down to the bottom and submit, and you're all set to go. It's pretty simple, isn't it? And so come in full circle. I'll go back to one of my favorite pictures. Seth, my son, took a great picture. And that's Sophie for you. Love it. Appreciate your support. Hope you find out there.